Well, hello there. I'm Tony DeCopel. This, of course, is The Uplift. We got a great show for you. Great cast of characters as well. Among them, these. A man who lost his mother to cancer decades ago has built one of the biggest charities for cancer research in the whole wide country. Also, a young singer who went viral for his National Anthem performance despite having very little formal training. And a determined nurse with dreams of joining the military. While she faces limitations on the outside, she more than makes up for it with hope on the inside. Plus, a teen with an illegal hobby. Despite that, he earned praise from his town's mayor. What's he doing? You'll find out. All that and more heartwarming news. You're watching The Uplift. Yes, indeed. Welcome to The Uplift, the show that lifts you up for at least the next 30 minutes. You, and I like to say me as well. We're going to begin with the PanMass Challenge. That's a bike race that has no real winner because every rider is there with the same goal, raising money for cancer research. Nancy Chen spoke with the founder of the race about his personal connection to the cause.
What do you like about cycling?
Oh, I love the technology, the speed, the cardio aspect. I like a lot about biking.
The hills of Wellesley, Massachusetts, just outside Boston, are no match for Billy Starr, who thrives on challenges, in particular the PanMass Challenge, the fundraiser he started 45 years ago.
How would you describe the PanMass Challenge?
It's a bike event. It's in a thon. There's no race. The winner is all of us. You can bike as small as 25 miles or as long as 220 miles, but you're going to participate on a bicycle.
At this race, Starr's lost track of the miles conquered since he first started cycling at 23 years old, when he lost his mother to cancer.
In a time that you are dealing with such grief, what did biking do for you?
I didn't feel that the world was my oyster anymore. It shook my confidence. It made me think more about what my role might be in the world. What I did for processing or dealing was sports. And in this period, I discovered a bicycle.
6 years later, Starr organized what was supposed to be a one-time bike-a-thon for cancer research. From 36 participants back in 1980 to nearly 7,000 annually from around the world today, the PanMass Challenge reports it raises more money for charity than any other single athletic event in the country. And in its 45th year, this August, the bike-a-thon hit a fundraising milestone, $1 billion and counting to date, all donated directly to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston. 51% of cancer drugs approved by the FDA in the last 5 years have come from Dana-Farber.
When we talk about who rides, it's also why do they ride?
One of the ironic successes of the PanMass Challenge is cancer is everybody's story. Everyone's been touched for it. And to give back while having such a meaningful and at the same time fun weekend can carry you for a long time through the year.
The funding for treatment, research, and clinical trials has helped enrich the lives of countless cancer patients.
This is the report.
Including Dina Offenheim, who's living with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer at 31 years old.
I don't think I ever realized how debilitating and depressing it is to not be able to have like your normal abilities and range of motions. And so I remember saying, if this pain ever goes away, I'm gonna do something about it.
Alongside her crew named Team Breast Friends, Offenheim saddled up at this year's event for her second ride.
Have a great ride! Thank you.
How did it feel to cross the finish line?
Honestly, I don't think I've ever been prouder of myself or my friends in my life. Listen, like, treatment, it hopefully works for as long as possible, but if this can help someone else live a little bit longer, that's good enough for me.
Through the rain, the heat, and the hills, more than 154,000 people, nearly all affected by cancer in some way, have turned hardship into hope, all while making philanthropic history. It's a dream Starr has been pedaling towards for decades.
It was always a great event. But what was once an intimate band of brothers and sisters is now a mega event that demonstrates what can actually happen when a large group of people work together for a common goal. That's powerful.
Sure is. Coming up, an old school trend making a new school comeback and changing the way people take selfies. What is it? You'll find out after the break. Plus, meet the young singer who went viral for his National Anthem performance despite having very little formal training. While selfies have been around for years, of course, there's an even older old school device invented decades ago, in fact, that's changing the way people take those selfies. What is it? Itai Hod from CBS San Francisco has the answer.
It's a developing trend.
So cute.
Where old school charm meets today's selfie culture. Photo booths, those once ubiquitous machines, are making a comeback.
There's something about the sounds that just make it part of a bigger experience.
Kayla Kane is a 26-year-old content creator. She says these vintage photo booths are becoming popular among those looking for an authentic, unfiltered moment.
You have one try and then you're done. You can't be Kim Kardashian taking 500 selfies.
Walk into PhotoWorks, a photography shop in San Francisco, on a weekday morning, and you might think you stumbled into a trendy after-hours club. Store owner David Handler says ever since he brought in the booth, his store has been flooded with Gen Zers.
These people are just keep like swarming in here all day, all the time, just because of this.
They're basically like happiness machines.
Doug Ellington is the co-founder of Photomatica, a San Francisco-based company that owns and operates more than 200 of these booths across the country. He says interest spiked only recently.
My boyfriend bought an original photo booth from the 70s.
After a swell of viral TikToks made them cool again.
I didn't expect it would take off like this with lines at a photo booth. That's kind of a business owner's dream.
The secret to taking a good portrait, he says, is being a little goofy.
All right, let's do the chin back to back. Get another, And then lastly, we'll do the mouth open.
Oh my God.
As for Kayla, she couldn't wait to expose her followers to this catchy new trend.
Look at that.
Going from vintage to viral and proving these old photo booths are no flash in the pan. Itai Hod, CBS News, San Francisco.
When Sawyer McCarthy sang the national anthem at a baseball game in his neighborhood, he was shocked by what happened after. His performance was seen by millions of people, and his voice and his story totally viral. Here's Caitlin O'Kane with more.
Sawyer McCarthy communicates best through music. The 13-year-old from South Carolina is blind, but his other senses, like his voice, are strong. In April, he sang the national anthem at a Columbia Fireflies game, reaching millions of viewers, not only in America, but around the world.
I remember asking him one day, how many people do you think saw your video? And you answered me and you said 4. I said, yeah, try like 4 million.
With no singing lessons until very recently, Sawyer has managed this far with nothing but his natural talent.
We realized that the way Sawyer communicates best is through music. So he's always had a knack for hearing noises that even we don't notice.
He recalled what his voice coach told him during one of their first lessons.
Now, I don't hear a lot of people say this, but he says my voice is very impeccable. And I never hear anyone say that to me before.
And he used a really cool word.
Sawyer was born blind, but his mother didn't know until he was 3 months old.
I noticed that we were in direct sunlight, but he wasn't squinting.
Doctors later diagnosed Sawyer with septo-optic dysplasia, an optic nerve hypalasia, a genetic condition affecting 1 in 10,000 children. Brianna and her husband Patrick hope their son, the oldest of their 6 kids, will be able to live as independently as possible.
He reads Braille, he uses a cane. But there are also some developmental delays that we deal with on a daily basis. The older he gets, we're just not sure what the future looks like.
From the mountain. But one thing's for certain, singing is in his past, present, and future.
How do you think it makes people feel when they hear you sing?
Joyful.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I agree.
Beautiful story there. Coming up, when this teen came home and told his parents about his new hobby, they told him, "Your hobby is illegal, son." But his unconventional new passion ended up getting praise from the town's mayor. What? What's he doing? Find out coming up. Hannah Vacara has a dream of enlisting in the United States military. Despite facing limitations from the outside, she still has hope on the inside. Here's Natalie Morales.
28-year-old Hannah Vacara is everything the military desires. Motivated, physically fit, patriotic.
I believe in our country, and I want to serve it.
Except for this.
My leg, I've never counted it as part of my identity. I'm just Hannah who happens to be missing a leg.
A rare birth defect forced an amputation when she was just 10 months old.
Can you walk for the camera?
And she hasn't slowed down since.
We did swim team, volleyball, rock climbing. I'll surf with it, hike with it.
And you've never felt any limitations because of your amputation?
Never.
While her amputation hasn't stopped her at all, the military has. She was rejected by the Navy.
The subject applicant does not meet established physical standards.
Active duty troops who lose limbs can still serve, but for those seeking to enlist, current absence of a foot is automatically disqualifying.
Hannah Vancara's desire to get into the military comes at a time when recruitment numbers have reached their lowest levels since the Vietnam War.
Our recruitment is suffering, and there are plenty of people with the right heart to serve that can't.
3, 2, go.
Vacara is in training to once again try and enlist by seeking a medical waiver to join the Washington Air National Guard. She is also a full-time ER nurse, often on her feet for 12-hour shifts, and wants to continue doing her job while in uniform.
What better opportunity for someone who just lost a limb to see a nurse that says, "Hey, buck up, I'm an amputee too."
Her father, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Vacara, is a retired Air Force flight surgeon.
You're her dad, but speaking as somebody who also knows what she needs to do her job, what do you think she adds?
She adds a joy. Her middle name is Joy. And she fits it. She perseveres.
Alex Gates is Vancara's prosthetist and says medical progress has been met by antiquated thinking.
The rule was written back when prosthetics were made out of wood and leather.
Does she have any limitations as far as you're aware of?
I think she's more able-bodied than most people that we come in contact with every day.
For the military, they would say the concern is if you're a liability, and also would you be able to deploy easily,
Yes.
right?
That is their overarching concern. I'm not asking that we ignore disability and pretend it doesn't exist. Rather that we do not ignore ability.
Her goal, break through closed doors by opening minds. For Eye on America, I'm Natalie Morales in Spokane.
Up next, the illegal activity a teen did to take it up as a hobby and then got praised for it. Say what? You're going to find out what it is coming up. A teen in Sioux Falls, South Dakota told his parents the following: "I have a new hobby," and they said, "What you're doing is illegal." Then after he got caught, the town's mayor took him under his wing. That's unexpected. Here's David Begnaud with the unexpected story.
Jaden Bruns is an 18-year-old artist with a simple message: smile.
I just want to make people happy.
But he took a risk when he decided to graffiti a bike path tunnel in his hometown of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
He told us he was doing graffiti art around town, and we let him know, like, that's illegal. If you get caught, you're gonna have to pay for this. We're letting you know that this is not okay.
Jaden's parents, Becky and Micah, say it's a delicate balance to celebrate his talent while not celebrating his vandalism.
We're cheering him on to pursue his passion, and he gets to learn from life.
The mayor of Sioux Falls, Paul Tenhaken, is a graphic artist. So when he got a video of the graffiti from a city worker, his reaction was not what you would expect from a mayor.
As an art guy who appreciates art, I was like, dude, this is really good graffiti. And as a mayor, I'm probably supposed to be mad about that, but I was just impressed.
As the vandalism was being investigated by police, Mayor Tenhaken summoned Jaden to a meeting at his office, where he told him what he did was wrong. But he also commissioned a piece of art from him.
How you doing, Paul?
Yo, let's see it, my guy. So in the piece, we integrated a lot of the things that I mentioned to him and just honestly knocked it out of the park.
Jaden was ordered to pay about $700 in restitution for his crime. Knowing that, Mayor Tenhaken offered Jaden $800 for the piece of art that will now hang right behind the mayor's desk.
I hope for Jaden, he realizes that he's got a real talent, and right, and there's people who notice it, and it shouldn't be wasted under the cover of night in a dark bridge somewhere or on the side of a train.
This has been fun as an artist and a mom to see him give his gift to the world, even in a not conventional, illegal way, and then for somebody to see and say, no, this is good, but let's channel it.
Let's channel it, Mom says. Mayor Tenhaken and Jaden join us in Times Square. Welcome.
Hey, thanks, David.
Is it your first time in New York City?
Yes, it is.
What do you think?
It's amazing. It's so fun.
Not many 18-year-olds who are aspiring artists wind up on national television to talk about their art.
Yeah, I am a very, very lucky guy.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. Now, for the record, you realize you made a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Any regrets?
I live life without regrets, but I should have done it in a different way.
How will you do it going forward?
I'm just gonna do legal work from now on, for sure.
Something tells me the collaboration you now seem to have with the mayor is gonna help boost the career, Mr. Mayor.
Well, you know, that's my hope, is incredible artist. He's an incredible talent. He's a great kid. And it kind of opened my eyes to the fact that we need to provide more opportunities in our community for kids like Jaden who have artistic skills and want to put them to use, and legal art walls, things like that. And, you know, mentorship takes a lot of different forms, and I'm an art guy by background, and I can appreciate good art.
You are this public figure, right? You're the lead politician in the city, but you gave immense grace to this young man, right?
My thought on this was, it's like, hey, this is a kid whose energy we need to harness for good. And we live in a world right now that is not very quick to offer second chances. We kind of like to cast judgment right away, and that would have been easy to do in this case with Jaden, but we have a talent here, and how can we put it to use? And my hope is that other people see this sort of thing in their community and say, hey, you know, when we have a teen or a young person who's maybe made a wrong step here or there, let's not discount them. Let's not just throw it away and discard them. Let's give another shot.
It's why I love this story so much, because of how you chose to handle it. Do you understand sort of the grace that this man showed towards you?
I feel like the luckiest person on earth, so I've been given the long straw.
Yeah, the long straw.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we got the wrong backdrop for this interview. Do we have something more fitting? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. What you think?
I like it.
So
it's just like the tunnel.
How did you come up with this?
I just like characters, big things that you can see from far away, and I just started off sketching in my sketchbook and then doing like markers, coloring it, and then I found this tunnel when I was just out exploring, and it had super good lighting, and it was like at the end of like a bike trail, so there was like barely anyone who went through it, so it was a really nice, chill spot to just make it look good.
You've got a lot of talent, and I think there's no reason you couldn't be one of the most successful artists in Sioux Falls.
That would be awesome. That's my dream. That'd be so fun.
And what I love about his art, you see his handle, his tag is smile.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other words people use in graffiti art and a lot of other things they could say, you know, but the message is good and it's positive and it's uplifting in a time when we need it.
So I know you had to pay $700 roughly in restitution. Did you pay it or your parents paid it?
I paid the $500 to the city, and then I have another bill coming.
But you paid it with your own money?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Okay, all right. And Mr. Mayor, I heard you came with...
I actually have my commission check. I committed to paying you, buddy, $800.
Heck yeah.
So your first commission piece, my man. There you go.
Appreciate it.
That's a check. That's what they did before Venmo.
Oh yeah, for the cash app.
So that's the first time you've been paid for your work?
Yes, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yep, I'm a professional artist now.
Yes, you are. And everybody in the country can see it here on national television. Thank you both. Mr. Mayor, thank you for your grace and humanity.
Amen.
Thank you.
And best of luck to you.
Of course.
Mr. Begnaud batting cleanup for us. That is our show. I hope it brightened your day. I hope it lifted you up. If for some reason it didn't, reruns continue to be free. I'm going to go find some good news. See you next time.